Hey y'all, just a quick fertility update that I forgot to do last week, but I just was reminded because this was in my cup holder of my car. I think I just got my first period. So I'm pretty happy with my estimations of it would take about 2 months to come back. It was a very, very light period, so I'm not even like 100% certain it was one. It was like 5 days of bleeding. It was just way lighter than any of my periods in my past. So I just kept waiting for the day where I'd wake up like completely blood soaked, like that used to I was going through like ultra tampons in like 1 hour's time. Like I really bled a lot. So I'm like, if this is what it's like now, I could definitely tolerate this. Like, and I was like, I had cramping and everything. It was not a bad period though. And I was like, if this is how it is, I could do that. So I honestly, when I was first starting this journey, I was like, how am I going to tolerate having a period? Like, is that going to bother me? All that kind of stuff. But it just felt like very normal to me to just have a period. And like, I know that like it's like a means to the end goal, which is a pregnancy and a child. And so like, I can kind of just justify it that way and like not really let the dysphoria like enter my brain. Where I can just be like, no, this is a necessary step in order for what my end goal is, and so far, like, it was fine. Of course, I've spent far too long being like, oh my God, if my period comes back, it's gonna happen when I'm in Italy. And now, of course, if my cycle is regular, again, like a normal 4 weeks, it's gonna come again while I'm in Italy, which I've accidentally manifested for myself. But I just ordered some ovulation test strips as well to go with the KEGG monitor that I got. Just because like the KEGG cycle, it takes like a couple of cycles of tracking you to really start to like give you a good estimation. So I figured I'd at least buy some ovulation test strips too, just to see if I am ovulating at all or if it's still just like kind of my body figuring itself out. Because if anything, like I could inseminate this month potentially, if I turn out to be ovulating, like, in like 2 weeks time or like a week and a half's time by now, before I go to Italy, so it's like, I kind of want to make sure that I know what's going on. And if I don't have a chance to like do anything before I go to Italy, that's fine. It's just when my next period is supposed to be predicted. But yeah, so fingers crossed that it's legit. It actually was a real period and that means good things are happening. But I was kind of like starting to worry, just like get into my head and be like, what if I never get a period again? Like, what if it doesn't come back? And so it was mostly exciting to see that I had started my period. So it's very interesting. Like I've said before, like compared to 8 years ago when I was like, I never want to have my period again. Now I've been like counting down for it to start. So, and of course, after this, if I'm starting to like actively, try to conceive, I hope I never have it again. Because I just want to get a positive pregnancy test and hopefully not have to do a period for long. But I've really felt overall very fine and level. Like I definitely have noticed some emotional shifting, but has not been nearly as drastic of a process as I kind of thought it might be. So that's good to know. I still intend to go back on testosterone as soon as I've given, maybe not as soon as I've given birth, but like, I think going back on testosterone will help with the postpartum experience. But anyway, I have felt really good so far throughout the whole process. And yeah, so anyway, that's the update. I got my period, and so that means things are happening potentially soon.